So the other day I had to go to Walmart and I came across these Chaos and Mystery boxes. And it got me wondering, is this a legit product? Is it worth it? Is it a scam? So I figured we should probably crack a couple open and try to find out. So if you read these boxes closely, you'll see down on the bottom here, it says packs and products randomly inserted. Packs and products shown on the box may not be contained within, which is probably good because they have like masters packs, remastered packs on the box. It does say here that there is a chance for randomly inserted chase packs, which I imagine is the master stuff. What that chance is, it doesn't say. Is it like one masters pack for every 1,000 normal packs? It could be. I don't know. We'll open them up. Maybe we get a masters pack. That would be super sweet. Maybe the odds are higher than I'm thinking. But if you finish reading this, it basically says that this was created by a company called MJ Holdings. In my understanding, MJ Holdings, and we're going to crack the draft ones first and see what these are like. My understanding of MJ Holdings is they're a company that buys a ton of Magic stuff, and they stock the shelves at Walmart, I believe, maybe some other stores, but they buy a bunch of Magic stuff. They try to sell it for, how do I get this out of here? Try to sell it for retail prices, and then the stuff that they can't sell, the overstock type stuff, ends up going in these mystery boxes and chaos boxes. So my guess is, and I haven't opened any of these yet, I would expect we're going to get a lot of packs from like Innistrad Midnight Hunt through maybe Phyrexia. Kind of, we know that like that year of Magic, they just printed so much of it. And I think that maybe that's going to be overstocked, but we'll see. We'll see what packs we actually get. So this should be 3 draft booster packs and then 1 promo card. Okay. Actually, this promo's not as bad as I thought. Not valuable, really. Headless Rider, though, promo. Not a bad zombie. When we've played zombie decks in the past, we played Headless Rider. This is pretty good wrath protection, right? When a zombie dies, you get a zombie, a non-token zombie, you should say. I imagine, like most of these promos, this is, Innistrad Crimson Vow. I imagine, like most of these promos, probably not super high value because there's a lot of them out there. So promo number 1, let's see what packs we get. Do we get a randomly inserted chase pack? We get Brothers War. Okay, makes sense. Should say these are $15, so essentially $5 a booster pack. We get a Innistrad Midnight Hunt, and okay, at least we got a Kamigawa. Kamigawa is actually a solid set with some value. So if we're gonna rank these boosters, probably like this, I would say, in terms of potential value. Also worth mentioning, these are draft boosters, so unlike our collector booster openings, we're not going to be getting everything in foil, a ton of rares. These are going to be 1 rare, maybe a foil for lucky, and a bunch of commons and uncommons. But all right, let's crack open booster number 1. Yeah, so far, this is looking kind of what I imagined, which is stuff from the very overstocked era of Magic. All right, let's get through these comments. I don't think it's really worth... There's nothing, I don't think, in the comment slot of Innistrad Midnight Hunt that's really worth... Is that card backwards? Yes. Okay. Interesting. Normally you don't see too many backwards Magic cards. Morbid Opportunist, actually a good card. I think this card might be worth $1 or $2 just because of Commander. Whenever one or more creatures die, you get to draw a card only once a turn. But still, even with the once per turn restriction, pretty good card advantage. Clear Shot, a Thingblade Brigand, and okay, that is actually, as far as opening Innistrad Midnight Hunt or Innistrad Crimson Vow, pretty sure the Innistrad lands are about as much as we could hope for. Actually, legit playable Commander lands. Like, I still play these in Commander decks. You only need 2 lands for them to come into play untapped, so for most of the game, they're going to come into play untapped. And, a very Dark Force. What do you think of these lands? Personally, I do not usually play these lands, and a human token. They're just like, I don't know, there's not enough color. I guess they're unique because they're like so dark and kind of like grayscale or whatever, but they just, I don't know, not bright enough for me. Well, Shipwreck Marsh means that this box might actually be a winner. I don't know what it's worth. I'm going to guess like $5. I feel like it was worth more when it was in Standard, but it's still worth something because of Commander, I think. I don't think they've reprinted it a ton. All right, next up, we are heading to Brothers War. Brothers War again. I mean, common's not really going to do much for us. Ooh, Swift Spear. Okay. Swift Spear is probably worth $1 or $2. One of the best Red 1-drops literally ever printed. One of the best cards in Standard, honestly, still. Thopter Mechanic. Combat Thrasher. I like this card in Blink decks. The prototype mechanic's actually pretty sweet. Like, at first it was like, I don't know, it's just another mix of split cards. But some of the synergies of like playing it and blinking it to get its like full mode, actually pretty cool. I like Combat Thresher. Fateful Handoff. This card wanted to be cool. They tried to make this card cool. The problem with Fateful Handoff is it's kind of like a harmless offering, but it doesn't work with the best harmless offering stuff. You get to give your opponent something, but it's only an artifact or creature, and really, most of the synergies, for giving your opponent a permanent, you want to be able to give them an enchantment. So it just never really worked because there weren't good artifacts or creatures to give your opponent. Although drawing cards is kind of a nice bonus, I guess. Ooh, Chromatic Star from the list. Oh, no, not from the list. Is this the list? No. Old Border Chromatic Star. Oh, just one of the Old Border artifacts. That's right. We had the special Old Border artifact sheet and a big robotic island and a Power Stone. Power Stones. All right, Kamigawa, save us. Save us, Kamigawa. Kamigawa, legit one of the best sets they've made. This one I don't think is just straight up overstock. I don't think it's one of the chase boosters, but Kamigawa is actually a legit good set. One of the best sets from the past few years. What do we get from Kamigawa? So we really want, I think, a Channel Land. Look at those wings. That is some pretty sweet art. Oh, they did so well on this set. It's so funny that they... Wow. Okay, Kimana faces Kazan. Speaking, we got the red aggro. Ooh, the red aggro pack here. Another one of the best red 1-drops that they printed in a long time. This one still sees play, hitting the camera, all the way back to Pioneer at least. Reality Heist. High-speed hover bike. Tempered in Solitude. That's our rare Cameo of Transient. Wait, there's a bunch of cards though. Wait, does this mean we get a foil? All right. Well, Cameo of Transients. Saw some play in Aura's decks, enchantment decks. Not great though. A enormous Energy Blade and Scoured Barrens. Construct though. Oh, not a Construct though. I think the XX one or Star one actually might be worth a little bit. Well, okay. Well, let's open the second one of these. So, first one, we got a land out of it. I feel like, so at $15, I feel like this is actually kind of a mediocre-ish deal if these are all overstock packs. Like, if we actually get a Masters pack or something, like Commander Masters pack, Commander Legends pack, I will change my tune. But if you're mostly just getting, oh boy, it looks like the same packs. If you're mostly just getting the packs we just saw, same promo, headless, wow, okay, double Masters, wait, okay, I take it back. I take it back. March of the Machines, Kamigawa, and a double Masters. Well, that makes this way better than I thought. So, I was going to say, right before I open this box, if you're mostly just getting March of the Machines, Brothers War, Innistrad, paying $5 a pack for that, so $15 for 3 packs, plus you're getting a promo that's like not really worth much, doesn't seem great. Like $5 a pack, you're kind of just playing full retail to crack draft boosters, but I wish I knew what the odds of these were. Like, what are the odds of getting a Masters pack? Because Masters packs, that's different. Masters packs are, like, very expensive. So I think the fact that you can get these, maybe that makes it worth it. Like, if you knew you were getting a Masters pack, $15 for 2 draft boosters and a Masters pack draft booster, that's actually a pretty good deal. Well, let's start with March of the Machines. We're going to save the Masters pack for last. Man, now I wish I could have gotten more of these because I'm curious what the odds are. If you have opened any of these, let me know if you've gotten a Masters pack or another like Chase Booster pack because I'm very curious because I think that's going to determine if this product is actually worth it or not. Like if you get the Chase pack somewhat regularly, might actually be a really good product. If you're getting them very infrequently though, that's a different story. All right, what do we get from March of the Machines? Rails reinforcements. Omen Hawker. People always try to make Omen Hawker work. I've seen some cool brews with it though. Like it is kind of a soul ring creature. Like it makes 2 mana. It makes 2 mana for something that isn't the best, but still, it's not bad. Tandem Takedown, Sunblessed Guardian, Raries. Oh wait, we get a battle first. Battle is Invasion of Lorwyn. Battles were so floppy. I'm starting to wonder if they're actually going to bring them back. I feel like battles, I'm sure they will eventually. Like I think they make so much magic, everything's going to come back eventually. But initial run of battles, kind of a disappointment. All right, our rare is Progenitor Exarch. I mean, not a horrible creature. I've played it before in decks, but Also not an expensive or good creature. Rona, Shieldred's Faithful. Oh, bad Rona. This Rona's not the Looter Rona is very good. This Rona, the showcase art's sweet, but not very valuable. And a forest. All right. Well, on to Kamigawa. Yeah, definitely curious if you've gotten a Masters pack in one of these. Because if I knew I was going to get a Masters pack like every other one of these, which technically we got 2, and we got 1 Masters pack, so it's 50% of the time, I can't imagine that rate holds up, but maybe. Uncharted Haven. All right, so we're back to Kamigawa. Looking for channel lands mostly, I think, are the big winners here. Moonsword Hacker. Season playing Ninja decks. Okaiba Reckoner Raid. Mono Black Burn. Mono Black Burn staple in Modern. Gloom Shrieker. I always feel like Gloom Shrieker should be good. Like, 3 mana for a 2/1 with Menace. When it enters, return a permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If it die, you can exile. That's kind of a downside. I always feel like that should be good enough as, like, an Eternal Witness, right? But no one ever plays Gloom Shrieker. Roaring Earth and Bronze Cudgel. And rare is... God. Cameo of Transience. Speaking of odds, what are the odds that we open 2 Kamigawa packs and get 2 Cameo of Transiences? Definitely not a channel land. Well, there we go. Sheedy land. Thornwood Falls. Play this on turn 1 and Commander, go up to 41. Everyone attacks you because you gained a life. Which actually makes these horrible, but... All right. Well, now for the big winner. Our randomly inserted chase pack. Double Masters 2022. At least there is a chance of getting some value here. At least, you're saying there's a chance. There's definitely a chance. Well, oh no. All right, I think, is this a I'm going to look at one of these and see if it's a common. I imagine. Okay, so I think these packs are backwards. So this is a token. This should be the rare. And then 1, 2, 3, these should be, okay, let's see if we did this right. Hope, all right. Well, we did not do this right, but we get a Season Pyromancer, which I'm not sure what Season Pyro's worth now. There was a time when Season Pyromancer was a legit valuable card. Unfortunately, power creep. Modern Horizons 1 was so long ago. It was the brokenness of 2019 or whatever, 2018. Not sure if Season Pyromancer is still considered broken. Good open, though. As far as, like, a single pack, I will take a Season Pyro. Oh, wait. Oh, are these packs not backwards? Huh. All right. Well, Season Pyro, that's a hit. Maybe I played myself. I thought... Oh, there was a foil. I didn't account for the foil. That's what I did wrong. Okay, should have went 1 more card and the trick would have worked. Uncommons. Livewire Lash. I used to see some Infect play. Whenever a creature becomes a target, to spell 2 damage to any target. So if you put on an Infect creature and cast a pump spell, you deal 2 Infect to your opponent. Pretty cute. Misfire Adept. Seductress Spectre. Izzet Charm. Somewhat playable. Liliana's Elite, not so much. Seeker of the Way. Deranged Assistant. Burning Tree. Look at that art. One of the swingiest cards in Magic. Like, sometimes your opponent just has a bunch of burning trees, and you kind of die. Wow, oh my god! Ooh, huh, huh, wait. Okay. Well, I totally messed up that pack trick, but that is a damnation. A very fancy damnation, actually, that I'm going to start playing in some Commander decks, and is worth a lot. Wow, that was actually... Izzet Charm... Augur Spree, foil, Cryptic Spires. That was a good pack, my god. Okay, well, so I will say, don't get too excited and go out to your Walmart and buy all these, because we probably high rolled, but I mean, they're definitely not a scam, right? It's not like someone searched the packs or something. This was a legit, really good pack. Like, not only, so for $15, we got this mystery box. We got 3 draft boosters, $5 a piece. So not only do we high roll into getting a Masters pack, but then we high rolled in the Masters pack to get Showcase Damnation and Season Pyromancer. We butchered the opening a little bit, but still. So, well, I gotta say, mystery box, it's not a scam. I will still warn you that the odds, I don't know what the odds are of getting the special packs, but that went better than I thought. Well, let's move on to Chaos Boxes. So these Chaos Boxes, kind of hilariously, I think these are just better value. So these are $25, so you're still paying $5 a pack, but rather than getting draft boosters, you're getting set boosters, which technically are an upgrade. This does not say anything about randomly inserted chase packs, so I'm kind of expecting the same era of packs mostly. But at least with set boosters, you have a chance of getting like multiple rares. There is also a promo, which we'll see what it is. All right, Chaos Box number 1. So let's see. Promo. Oh, I don't know how they get these promos. I don't know if Wizards just like picks random cards and sends them a huge pile. Like the art's the same. I guess the foiling's a little different maybe with the mana symbols, but really, it's kind of just a foil Headless Rider. They must send him a huge pack. Well, what packs do we get here? So, set boosters. Dominaria United. Okay, fine. Wilds of Eldraine. Pretty recent. Ooh, New Capenna. Okay. The flop of New... Well, not double. Come on now. 2 in the same, and a Phyrexian will be 1. Well, a little disappointed that we have 2 of the same packs in here. That, I imagine, shouldn't happen. But these are mostly... mostly the overstock era, more or less. Well, which of these? Let's start with the Dominaria United since we got 2. We'll do Dominaria United, and then we'll do it in this order and end with Dominaria United. All right, so set boosters, technically better than draft boosters. Same price, really, with these products at least. Wait, are these back? Oh, huh? Okay. All right, art card. These orders of these packs. So we get an art card. Does anyone care about art cards? I'm curious if any of you collect art cards. I usually just, I guess I was going to say throw away. I don't throw them away, but I just throw them in a box and never think of them again. All right. Random commons. A Sprouting Goblin. Ruxmon's Warring Chief. Flares of Victory. That seems a little standard play. Belmore Battle Mage Captain. That was my spoiler card for Dominaria United. A little uncommon, but as far as little uncommons go, actually a pretty good one. Wow! Okay, that is Liliana of the Veil Showcase. We are running hot with these packs. As far as Dominaria United goes, I don't think there's a ton of better opens than Liliana. I still like the original art better, but I do like the borderlessness of this one. The borderlessness is nice. Well, that's a hit. Leaf Crown Visionary. Gonna be curious to see if, thanks to the new Foundation Elves, maybe we can have an elf deck in Standard. If so, Leaf Crown Visionary definitely good enough for it. And foil Sunbathing Ruala and an Angel token. Well, all right. These were what, $25? $25 for 5 packs. Liliana is putting us off to a good start. We might actually profit off of these, which is wild. I was expecting this to be very hosey, but that's the thing about booster packs, right? If you run well, is this our rare? No. Okay. If you run well, anything can happen. Well, let's see what we get here. Wait, why is that an A25 card? Is this the list? The list. I wish the list had stayed just so I could reprint Secret Lair Universes Beyond cards, but you winning by opening a special card that shows up infrequently and having it be an Ishin Shade is just so awkward. Like, yes, thank you, Wizards, for giving me a random Masters 25 uncommon that no one plays. Experimental. Wait, I'm thinking I'm doing this. Oh, we're definitely doing this backwards. These got to be commons, right? These got to be. Yeah, okay, so we got to do the trick. Okay, let's see if we can do this right. 1, 2, 3, but set boosters varies. All right, we're going to do it like this, see if that's close. All right, so Gallant Pie Wielder, Stroke of Midnight. I thought this was going to be a good commander card, but Generous Gift still just better. I do play it on occasion, though. Ginger Brute. The Throne of Eldraine trailer, probably the best trailer Wizards has made. That one's so good. Into the Fae Court. Swingblade Assassin, Mocking Spirit, Mountain, art card of some kind. Beluga. No, not Beluga. Balloona? Beluga's a whale, I think. That's pretty nice looking, I guess. Imodane's Recruiter, classic Bushwhacker. Has seen a lot of standard play. Not as much anymore, but it saw a lot of standard play in the Boros decks. Pests of Honor. Ooh, I love Virtue of Strength. I love the whole this is probably value-wise the worst Virtue to open, at least one of them. But I think this card's actually pretty good. Even though it only triples your mana of basics, it's still so much mana. And it's a mythic. We're still running hot. Sanguine Bond. This card used to be very expensive, but then they reprinted a bunch, and now I don't think it's worth anything. Although this art is pretty sweet. I don't even know what's going on there, but it looks good. And Experimental. Oh, Oh, I think this is expensive now. Oh my God, I think this is that. I think this is actually like very expensive. Okay, so hear me out. So this card, Experimental Confectioner, was a jumpstart card. It is standard legal, but it was in the jumpstart set. So it wasn't in the, if I'm telling the story correctly, yeah, 314. It was in the jumpstart set. Wasn't worth anything, but the jumpstart cards are always rarer than the normal cards because no one opens jumpstart, or not as many people open jumpstart. But then they printed Igra, the big tiger thing, and this goes infinite with it. So everyone started buying Experimental Confectioners for their Igra commander decks. So unless the prices went back down, this might actually be worth more than the Liliana, as silly as that sounds. But I'm pretty sure this card's actually worth like $10 or something ridiculous just because of Igra. Okay, so another random win. We are running super hot. Well, all right, Phyrexia. What do we want out of this? We want a mom, maybe? A Murex, maybe? All right, let's see what we can get. Is this the same way? I never know with these packs. That's a common. Okay, so I think we got to do the same thing. It's just Muslet's fun if you see the rares first. Okay, let's do it this way. What do we get? Porcelain Zealot. Ossification. Pretty good removal. Apostle Invasion. Bone Picker Scourge. All right, random. Oh, Jin-Gataxias. Progress. Oh, man, that treatment looks so good. I have no idea where the rares are in these packs, but we are hitting. Wow, so many mythics. Weird. We are killing it on these chaos boxes. Jin-Gataxias Progress Tyrant. I think this card's got to be worth a little bit just because of Commander, right? Seachrome Coast. Okay. Very playable land. I will take it. Rebel Salvo. Some okay removal. And now we get to Phyrexian Horror Token. Bring the Ending. People play that in the Poison decks. Vraska's Fault. Also that one sometimes. That swamp's kind of cool. That's a very Phyrexian looking swamp. All right, well, Jin-Gataxias will take. Now, what can we get from Streets of New Capenna? We just want to try them. That's all we want. Showcase Triumph, please, to keep our good luck going. Oh man, these packs. These got it. Whatever. We're just gonna do it normally. I'm gonna stop trying to do the trick. It's not worth it. We get a Lagrella art token, Foil Forest, a Case the Joint. Oh, this one isn't even backwards. Okay. Quick Draw Dragger, Broker's Initiate, Fatal Grudge. This set I thought was going to be good, and then it ended up not being nearly as good. Spar's Adjudicators. Well, another Mythic. Sanctuary Warden. Used to see playing mono white in Standard. Doesn't really see play anymore. Maybe now that Gyada's back, maybe you can see playing Angels. Elspeth. Jeez. Why is all... We're just getting Mythic. Everything's a Mythic. Elspeth Resplendent, not even that expensive, but... But we're just getting, Sanctuary Warden's not standard anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're just getting mythics every single pack. Wow, look at that. Look at that foil. Look how sweet that looks. Boon of Safety. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with the Boon of Safety, but that is sweet foiling. I like the symbol on there. All right, back to DMU. One more pack to go. What mythic will we get out of this pack? Since apparently we are guaranteed a mythic or two every pack. That's not actually guaranteed, but we're running incredibly hot with these boxes. My God. All right, so. Soldier. Art card. Urtai? I think it's Urtai. A Plains, a Elfin Worm, Scout the Wilderness, Captain's Call, Hammerhand, LSL Core, Sadistic Pilgrim. Get up to build some aristocrats now that we got Raise the Past in Standard. Prayers of Binding, Strength and Coalition, Rada, not the good one. And, no Mythic, nope. Oh man, double Badrona too. Namada Primeval Warden. This is a card that I feel like if it was printed like 10 years ago, it would have been good. It's just not good enough anymore because it's like cards from the past that saw play, but it's just not really good enough in 2024. Well, I got to say, I think we're going to come out ahead on these somehow. So what we want to look for going into Chaos Box number 2, our last Chaos Box, our last box of this video, we want to see if the packs are the same. That's the big question, right? Are the packs the same? Is there actually any variety here? Where's our promo? Oh, in the middle. Okay. Promo. Hey, it's different. Patrician Geist. Okay. Different, but not actually better than Headless Horseman. Spirit Lord. Never really saw any play. Oh, there goes our DMU pack. All right, so we get Dominaria United. Oh, it's exactly the same, isn't it? Kamigawa, Dominaria United, Phyrexian will be one, and okay, so this is kind of what I expected. It does seem like the overstock sets. Thankfully, no Innistrad, which was very overstocky. Stang Twin. So not as bad as it could have been, but yeah, pretty overstocky feeling. All right, we get a art card of a random eagle. That's a good looking swamp with just the mana symbol on there. It's just clean. It's a clean looking swamp. All right, what do we get out of DMU? Number 1 out of this box. Territorial Maru. A Lagomez. Card's kind of cool. Sulphurous Springs. Where's the devil? Is there a devil in there? See, the thing is, I like Sulphurous Springs. It looks good in this art, but nothing beats the Ice Age art. The devil just chilling. Oh, one of the best pieces of art in all of Magic. So that's the thing. Like, if I'm going to play Sulphurous Springs, which I do in Commander sometimes, or in other formats, you just got to have the devil. You got to have the devil. Ooh, Cruelty of Gix. Okay, Cruelty of Gix is a good card. A card that sees a lot of play. I don't think it's worth anything, but a little bit of discard, a little bit of tutoring, a little bit of reanimating, and Voluvian Berserkers. I didn't even know this card existed. See, I don't play that much limited. So I see those cards during spoiler season, and then I never see them again. The random draft chaff. All right, Streets of New Capenna. Triome. Or is that Giada art card? Maybe Elspeth and Giada. Foil Swamp. Plasm Jockey. Jackhammer. High Rise Sawjack. Rocco Cabretti Caterer, not Caretaker. Kind of a cool card. A creature that's a tutor for more creatures. Freelance Muscle. Corpse Appraiser. Oh, this card was so good in Standard. Grixis. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Invoke Despair. Grixis was the deck for a while. Kind of glad this card's gone. Although Corpse Appraiser itself was a cool card. It's a land, but not the one we want. Eraser's Rig. A common land, definitely not a triome. This would have been better as a showcase triome. Incandescent Area. Ugh. The bulkiest of bulk. Sweeper for a token deck that no one cares about. And Cabretti Ascendancy. I mean, this art, it's so funny. I feel like Streets, that is foil too, although no one plays this card. It's very 1920s looking. It's so funny because I feel like Streets of New Capenna, it did a good job of capturing the vibe of 1920s, like that era. However, it did not really do a good job of like a Cops and Robbers type set, which is what I was picturing in my head. So I feel like Streets of New Capenna succeeded in some aspects, like hitting the vibe of the era it was going for, but the overall theme just was not what I was expecting out of Streets of New Capenna. Kaido art card. Mountain. We're back to Phyrexian will be one. Infectious Inquiry. These cards, ooh, Lethal Demolition. Good way to make a bunch of tokens super duper quickly. Thrumming Bird. Skrelv's Hive. Definitely have lost to this card. One of the best sideboard cards in a Toxic deck. Against control, at least. Just the steady source of mites. And Blight Belly Rat. I'm pretty sure there's a video on the main channel where I drafted a Phyrexian will be one, and I drafted 6 Blight Belly Rats, and it kind of worked. The idea was just give them poison counter and then proliferate it a ton of times. It kind of worked if you get 6 of them. All right, back to Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Let's see what we can get here. Well, art card. Those planes so good. The swamp that looks like a mountain, not so much, but just like the full art, the Kamigawa flavor, the Japanese character, so good. So good. This set was just so good. So good. Jano Exemplar, not so good. Prosperous Thief. I played that a little bit in Ninjas. Flavor Jukai. To the Jukai pack. Trained by the Preserver at the flavor of whatever. Seven Tail Mentor. I don't know what the story is, but that's a lot of Jukai cards in a row. Duji Silencer. The Long Reach of the Night. Blade of Oni. Blade of Oni, I feel like, should have been better than it was. This was supposed to be the big reconfigure card, right? The mythic reconfigure card. It's an equipment. Then it turns to 5/5 mana. It's like, I felt like it should have been good, and then it really just did not see play. But we do keep our mythic streak kind of going. And, wow! Ho, ho, ho! Oh, I think that's probably good. I think that's probably good. So that's Goshen Tie of Life's Origins. One of the most popular, wow, that's a hit. One of the most popular commanders they printed in years. Like, people love the Shrine deck. The thing is, I think this is the only way to get a foil, right? Like, oh, this has got to be worth something. It's got to be, I have no idea what this card's worth, but I feel like foil Goshen Tai has got to be valuable just because it wasn't in the main set. This was like, what was this? It's a commander card, but if you get the commander precons, you don't get, was it a commander? I don't even remember if it had a commander precon or not. Was this a commander or random? This might have been back when they just put random commander cards in the set for some reason because I love commanders so much. Anyway, I feel like this card's got all this to say. I feel like this has to be valuable. It like has to have some value. And it's another myth. We have so many mythics. Okay, maybe these are just worth it. All right, last pack. DMU number 2. Still disappointed that they do 2 DMUs in each of these. Huh? Is this the worst? Oh, I was going to say that's the worst art card ever. It's just the back of a Magic card. Ooh, is that a signed? Is that a signature? Look at that. Look at that. Even the signed, oh, it's the Karn, though. That Karn was the Power Stone Karn, the worst Karn. Island. Idyllic Beachfront. Tellurian Terror. Pretty playable card. Urg. Pilfer. Bone Rattler. Line Break Baloth. LSL Court. We're going to have to build Aristocrats now. We got 2 of them out of these packs. Hey, okay. Well, that's not a mythic, but Leyline Binding. I imagine one of the most valuable cards in the set. Modern staple, standard staple. It's gotta be worth something. Wow, we have hit very well in these boxes. Tribute to Urborg and make some friends. Make some new friends every Friday night. Well, I gotta say, this went way better than I thought. I'm going to add up all the values. You probably know because I do it as I go along. I'm going to add up all the values. I'll be back with a little wrap up. But my initial impression is we got super lucky. Does this mean you should go out and buy those? Well, we'll talk about that in the wrap up because maybe not. But I'm pretty confident that we absolutely crushed on these boxes. But I'll be right back. All right, future Seth here. You can tell by the new hat. To wrap up these chaos and mystery boxes, so what did we learn about these products? So first, if you just look at the value, add everything together, we technically ended up plus $6 in value, which honestly I was super happy with considering what this product is. The fact that we ended up plus EV, I was pretty surprised. If you go back to the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I figured these would mostly be boosters from what I would call the overstocked era of Magic, which is like Streets of New Capenna or our third return to Innistrad, Midnight Hunt Crimson Vow, up through Phyrexia or March of the Machines. There was like a year and a half or something where Wizards just kind of massively overprinted all these sets, and now there's a ton of the boosters from the sets out in the wild that everyone's trying to get rid of. And if you look at the boosters we got, that was mostly true. We got a bunch of Dominaria United, Brothers War, some Innistrad, Streets of New Capenna, Kamigawa, March of the Machines, Phyrexia will be one. So it really was mostly those overstocked era boosters, which means I think in general, the products are a little bit overcosted. If you think about it, we're essentially paying $5 a piece for drafter set boosters, which is just a little bit more than you really want to pay, especially for these overstocked era sets that are not very hard to find. So I feel like you are paying a little bit of a premium, although I will also say that I don't think it's so bad of a deal that if you're just at your Walmart and you want to crack some boosters, spending $15 for 3 boosters or $25 for 5, yeah, it's not like a great rate, but it's also not so horrible that I'd be like, absolutely under no circumstances should you buy this, because I will say, for what the product is, it is legit. It's not like a scam of some kind. It's not like the boosters have been searched or anything. We even found out that the advertisement about randomly inserted chase boosters, it's actually true because we got a Double Masters 2022 pack, which I wish we knew how often they showed up. That's the one big question hanging over all this. I would guess that it's relatively infrequently, but we only opened 2 of them and we got a chase booster at 1, which means we open them 50% of the time. Obviously, super small sample size, but if you really get a Double Masters booster or some sort of chase booster relatively often, half the time, 25% of the time, then the value of this product goes up quite a bit because those boosters are just worth way more than the regular boosters. So I don't know, if you've opened any of these, let me know if you got any chase boosters because I'm very, very curious at the rate of which they show up, because like I said, if those show up relatively frequently, then this might actually be a better deal than I think. So overall, I would say, I think the product It is legit. It's not a scam. It's a little bit overcosted for what it is. You're mostly going to get those overstocked era boosters, but if you get lucky either with the packs that you open or you get lucky by getting a chase booster, then there's a chance you could actually get pretty good value out of these. So overall, I would say these mystery and chaos boosters, a little bit overcosted, but in general, they're like an okay impulse style buy. So anyway, that's been our video for today. Of course, if you need any of the cards we opened today, you can snag up from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. And if you need to sell any of your cards, just head over to cardconduit.com/mtggoldfish. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you've opened any of these, let me know your experience in the comments, because maybe we can figure out just how often you get those chase boosters. But thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Looking for even more magic? Well, check out our video about magic being 33% off at Costco here, or maybe the one where I bought a collection from someone who slid into my DMs.